Next.
And now your Indiana starting five. Starting at small forward, number 33, Caitlan Samuelson. The other forward, number 1, Melissa Smith. Starting at center, number 7, Aria Boston. At the shooting guard position, number 0, Kelsey Mitchell. At the other guard position, number 22, Caitlan Clark. The head coach of your home team, once again, your Indiana Fever.
It's the WNBA on 2K Sports. Welcome in, everybody. And tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Mercury going up against the Indiana Fever. Here with Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us. As a fan, if you've got the need for speed, you're in for a treat tonight.
Oh, I always have the need for speed across the league. Every year, the pace seems to increase. And these teams, they really push it.
Then again, who knows? A couple key half-court sets could really determine the outcome here.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for the three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And guys, this is something we were just talking about off the air, but Caitlan Clark is one of the most hyped basketball players that we've ever seen.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about the WNBA. When you talk about the most hyped rookies, I think you probably have to go back to 2003 when LeBron went first overall. Basically, it's going to be really fun to see how Caitlan Clark's career goes.
And 2023 was a frustrating season for the Mercury, a 9-31 record.
The second worst record in team history. Years. They were dead last in defensive rating. So if you want to talk about a big improvement, it's got to start there.
Boston right side.
Out to the wing. Here's Clark. Score the basket. Her second of 2 attempts.
Hard to stop, guys. She poses a ton of matchup problems for any opponent.
Now to Rossi. Pass to Copper.
And here's Billings.
Shoots. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter.
Here's Boston. The shot is good on the assist from Caitlan Clark.
Caitlan Clark.
And here's Cloud. To the middle.
The kick out to Copper.
One up, one down. She makes her first shot in this game.
Persistence pays off for Copper inside. Getting past the contact and right to a look.
Mitchell outside.
Boston.
Time called here. The Fever decide to talk it over.
And Brian, what do you think it is about Kahleah Copper that makes her such a top-tier offensive weapon?
Most would say her pure skills, but you can't overlook her effort level. When Copper's on the floor, she's giving you everything she has, and then some.
Samuelson outside.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Clark. Lets it fly.
That shot is good on the assist from Katie Lou Samuelson.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's just a nice start.
Phoenix with the ball. A 4-point game. Here's Cloud.
Caitlin Clark with the board. On the wing, Kelsey Mitchell.
Shoots the 3. Sinks the triple.
This is the pure shooting ability of Mitchell at work. Allows her to score right off the pass.
Pass to Cloud. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
Kahleah Copper for 3. It's hauled in by Aaliyah Boston.
So it's Indiana now. They lead by 7. The glass to finish the layup.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
They're getting great looks, and they're capitalizing. You know, they have to be pleased with this start offensively.
Now here's Cloud. To end the run. And Clark pulls it down. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Here's Smith. It's good, and she makes her first shot of the game.
And you can't help but really pick on their defense. They're completely in disarray.
Everything's coming much too easily. I mean, you've got to take something away.
Now here's Cloud. She's been patient so far, and nothing yet on the scoreboard. From the arc. Yes, and a nice assist from Diana Taurasi.
Keeping the defense honest. Cloud forces them to pay attention to her out there.
Now here's Clark. Defense is right there. Shoots over Cloud. And again, it's Indiana converting.
This is just incredible to watch. I mean, she's a perfect 4 for 4 to start this game.
Looking good, looking great. She's got a bounce in her step.
Now here's Cloud. Reiner.
She's guarded by Boston.
Reiner, no good. Pass to Mitchell. Now Clark. Fires for 3. And the fever hit again from deep.
She is just tearing it up this quarter, and I don't think this lead is going to go anywhere while she's this hot from the field.
Now here's Cloud. Pass to Copper. It's good from the top of the key. Now here's Clark. 12 points for her.
Left side Boston.
Over Griner. And there the Fever with another bucket.
4 of their last 5 makes came off a high-quality shot inside.
And that's right out of the textbook. They're having their way down low right now.
Now here's Cloud. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That'll get the ref's attention.
You have to make sure your feet are set. When you set those screens, they'll get you for it.
I thought maybe she was set. Now, I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think maybe they got that one wrong.
That'll be a 5-second call.
The ball goes to Phoenix.
And it's the Mercury with the ball, trailing by 13. Here's Dantas. Here's Clark. The basket drops, and she gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up for her.
Of their last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is smash-mouth basketball, guys.
Yeah, they're really imposing their will offensively and getting exactly the kind of looks they want.
What's up?
Here's Taylor.
Full court man-to-man defense.
And this will put both the offense and the defense to the test.
Allen.
Fever foul. 10 from Benley. First personal foul. First team foul.
And this is our first free throw of the game.
Line for Mercury. Rebecca Allen. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And she sinks the second. Clark with it. 15 points in the game. Pass to Dantas.
Yes, what an assist from Caitlan Clark.
They're just killing them in the paint.
You can say that again. I mean, the defenders aren't being nearly aggressive enough down low.
They're just killing them in the paint.
Thank you.
Now here's Griner. Looking for her first basket still in this one.
Tremendous offensive feel and touch from Griner. When Brittany gets in that close to the hoop, good night.
Here's Dantas. Clark. Lays it up and in despite the excellent defense.
Well, you got to like her shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Taylor. She's covered by Clark. And it's out of bounds. The Mercury able to retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
Now Allen. Hole with the rebound. And here's Benley. Here's Dantas. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. The Fever on top, leading by 17. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter 2. Well, not exactly a neck-and-neck game, but as the second quarter starts, there is plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, Fever pretty much in control here.
I like what we're seeing for them, going right at the basket. Tons of points down there in the paint.
They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting in the paint.
Erica Wheeler with the steal. Floats one, and it's good for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop every time down. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Or at least some fight.
And the start of a new WNBA season is something we all look forward to, guys.
Yeah, even though we're in the beginning stages of this new season, I really like what I'm seeing so far from some of these teams.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It'll be interesting to see if the teams that have gotten off to hot starts, can they maintain that?
Here's Fagbenle. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Pass to Hole. Lays it up and banks it in.
Some defensive breakdowns happening now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these high percentage shot attempts, it's not going to get it done. They need to figure it out.
Here's Taylor. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Herbert Harrigan's shot is off. Here's Fagbenle. Pass to Hole. A strong finish under heavy pressure from the defense.
Wow. I mean, come on. That's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, it's just nowhere to be found.
They have to start committing more bodies down low.
Timeout called the Mercury.
They'd seen enough scoring in the paint and wanted to send a message to their team. Lock things up inside.
Yeah, you're right, Tim. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all those points coming against them in the paint.
And maybe it's more help. It's the front of player. They've got to try something.
Now here's Cloud. Pass to Billings. Just 4 to shoot. And the rebound goes to the Fever.
Well, this is why you need good defenders inside contesting shots.
Yeah, making every shot a tough shot, even in tight.
Diana Taurasi on the wing. And that comes off the assist by Natasha Cloud.
We're watching a pure shooter go to work. Taurasi simply has great mechanics on her jump shot.
Now here's Boston. She's got 6. Basket counts.
They own the paint right now, 10 straight coming from the inside.
They are constantly finding lanes to the hoop, getting great looks in tight.
Here's Taurasi. Natasha Cloud from outside. And the Mercury, another 3.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range. They're starting to heat up.
The defense is stepped slow. They've got to take away that airspace.
Now here's Mitchell. And another 3 for Indiana.
Well, a consistent three-point shooter like Mitchell always has an answer. She goes right to the line and strikes back.
Here's Taurasi from outside the arc.
It's hauled in by Aaliyah Boston.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter play. Now here's Wheeler. Tight defense on her. And she makes that one.
Mercy. Wheeler in her bag. What a move.
A difficult situation for Phoenix.
And when you look at Erica Wheeler, she's played for quite a few teams throughout her career.
A true journeywoman, from being undrafted to making it to the WNBA to playing overseas. She's done it all. And that kind of experience is why she's so respected around the league.
And she gets it to go as they call the foul. She's on her way to the line for one more.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity, and they're getting excellent results.
You know, that's a winning formula, pounding the ball down low, being aggressive. You know, they're being very assertive offensively.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Well, you just have to be excited about Aaliyah Boston, a young woman with tons of skills. She dominated in college, and she's going to dominate in the WNBA.
Cloud, she's covered by Clark. Reiner, kept alive by Phoenix. Here's Billings. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller defender on her and took it straight to the bucket for the easy two.
Pass to Boston. Takes it out to Clark.
Takes the 3. It's good for her 8th straight basket in only 8 attempts.
They've been playing very smart offensively in the first half. I think that's safe to say.
The numbers support that. They're shooting much better percentage from the field.
Let's see if they can keep it up.
In for the Mercury, Sophie Cunningham.
And it's the Mercury with the ball. Cloud with it.
And it's Boston picking her up.
Cloud outside. Pass to Taurasi. Jacks up a 3.
Melissa Smith grabs the miss.
A solid performance inside. You know, their rebounding, it's been terrific.
They're putting together a great game, aren't they? Strong performances throughout, and they've just been strong on the glass.
And it sets a tone.
13 feet out.
Clark, that one's good.
Shaky defense down low again. It's just been a mismatch in the paint.
I'm sure they didn't go into this one expecting to get battered like this inside.
Now here's Cloud. She's got 8.
Cunningham.
And here's Diana Taurasi from the arc. She made that one. Basket number 3 for her, and she's also missed 2.
The defense has not done a good job of getting after her because that's her second three-pointer this quarter.
Here's Boston. The shot is good on the assist from Caitlan Clark.
When she's giving her team this kind of effort and efficiency, they are just so tough to beat.
For 3, Diana Taurasi. And the rebound goes to the Fever.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Here's Clark. Wow, that makes her a perfect 10 for 10. That's some double-digit perfection. Now here's Cloud. Pass to Taurasi. Good on the triple.
3 triples for her this quarter. 4 overall.
Clark with it. Samuelson outside. Here's Smith. She's covered by Cunningham.
Caitlan Clark with the 3. And the Fever hit again from deep.
She has been unconscious this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Taurasi can't get it to go.
You got to give them credit for the job they've done on the boards.
Well, guys, they've done a lot of things well, but their rebounding is right at the top of the list.
Clark, she's covered by Cloud. 3 seconds left. That's good on the jumper.
Well, I think if I'm the coach, I'm telling them, keep looking to her every trip down the floor because really she's been out of her mind this quarter.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Fever on top, running away with it. And we've got more in store for you right after this. Hello and welcome back. Third quarter just about to get going in what has been a runaway of a game so far.
And how about this? We're seeing a tremendous game from Caitlan Clark.
Well, the threes have been falling for her at an incredible rate. That first half, absolutely ridiculous.
And here in the second, she's got to just keep taking them and keep making them. There is no reason for her to stop.
Here's Cloud. Pass to Copper. Reiner. Cloud with it. Here's Billings.
Ferocious on D. Melissa Smith takes this side of the ball personally.
The shot by Billings, no good. Over to the left wing. Here's Clark.
Good, and the assist goes to Melissa Smith.
I mean, she scored most of their points herself. Her offense is a big part of her team's recipe for success.
A big lead for them, both on the scoreboard and the rebounding column.
Well, rebounding has been a big key, asserting their will, and they've taken control.
Now here's Smith.
Up top, Clark. for three. And another three for Indiana.
A great game for her offensively. She's been a factor.
Phoenix with the ball. And it's out of bounds. The Mercury able to retain possession here. The Mercury making a switch here. And if you're just joining us, we played just over a minute here in the third. Pass to Billings. Copper. Rossi outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unable to get that one to go.
Not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
And one of the most amazing stories in all of sports is the fact that Diana Taurasi is still a top scorer and a top player.
I mean, she turns 42 this year. She went first overall back in 2004, back when Blake was in preschool. A lot of her teammates were in diapers back then. DT's commitment to the game is unmatched, and it's just really special to get to watch her play still.
Clark, that one's good.
That's just great ball movement.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with a purpose. The D has not been able to keep up.
And they're looking for some kind of spark here.
Yeah, cold stretch offensively. They need a bucket.
Here's Taylor. She's covered by Clark.
Samuelson outside. Boston right side.
Lets it go from 11. And she gets a jumper to drop.
Still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Back to Taurasi, looking to end the drought. That's all good, and that's her 5th basket of the game. She's shooting 5 for 11.
Pass to Boston. The shot is good on the assist from Caitlan Clark.
Boy, not a lot of resistance inside, and they're taking advantage.
That aspect of this game, the play in the paint, has gone almost entirely their way.
Absolutely.
Now here's Clark. 37 points for her. Here's Taylor. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Here's Billings.
She's guarded by Samuelson.
Pass to Taylor. From beyond the arc.
They get it back.
Yep, that one goes.
That might be the last player in this league you want to get an offensive board. At 6'9", Griner can get the ball back up and in real quick.
Now here's Samuelson.
She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
It's Katie Lou on the wing.
And another 3 for Indiana.
And suddenly, they're overflowing with confidence at the offensive end, getting everything to drop.
They're getting everything to drop, and at an ideal time. They're poised for a terrific crunch time run in this game.
Here's Taurasi. 15 points in the game. To the inside. Griner. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
And it's going to be on Melissa Smith.
And in this league, Griner is just about as consistent as it gets. You get a great game from her more often than not, especially when it comes to scoring the rock.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one falls for her.
Well, Brittany Griner is just the 4th player in WNBA history to have double-digit all-star selections. That's incredible.
And the other 3 players are some of the best to ever do it, including Diana Taurasi, who Griner's played a lot of games with. What an honor.
So she picks up just 1 from the line that time. Now Fegbenle. Quiet so far offensively, searching for her first points of the game. Here's Dantas. Count the basket.
In the paint, Dantas insists on getting her shot. Doesn't allow contact to slow her down.
And it's the Mercury with the ball. Allen with it. And it's Dantas picking her up. Up top, Herbert Harrigan. Pass to Griner. Allen. Some solid defense from Damiris Dantas.
2 minutes.
Now here's Hull. She's covered by Cunningham. Here's Dantas. And they pick up 2.
Inside, Dantas makes a good use of her size. That's what allows her to get to her shot.
And here's Herbert Harrigan. From deep. And again, Phoenix no good.
That's a shot you want to take if you're looking for the 3. Defense totally off balance.
Here's Vagbenle. Here's Dantas. And they're the Fever with another bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Great ball movement indeed. That's an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
And this could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What a performance it's been.
Oop, anticipated the pass, turnover. Here's Cunningham. Makes it off the glass.
Well, not just a perimeter threat, Cunningham is also dangerous on the interior.
One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Now here's Dantas. She's got 8. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. She remains perfect.
Her mechanics have been impeccable this quarter, and if you don't believe me, just look at her numbers. She's perfect from the field.
And the call will be against Erica Wheeler.
Second team.
That is her first foul of the game.
In for the Mercury, Natasha Cloud.
Here's Mack. Misses the 3. 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Christy Wallace on the wing. Hull. She's guarded by Herbert Harrigan. And you can count it. She'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Plays with power and purpose, and that sure helps Dantas convert and one opportunities.
She'll be shooting her first free throw of the game.
Dantas, shooting 1.
One shot.
And that one misses.
Well, what I like about Dantas is how versatile she is. A quality scorer and playmaker who has a real love for the game.
And it's good. 2 points.
Took advantage of some shoddy D there. They got to at least get a finger on her.
And 3/4 of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Fever ahead, running away with this one. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling here on 2K Sports.
Well, this is what being on the same page looks like. Fantastic feed and a heads-up play all around.
And how can you not be a fan of a sequence like that? This is what beautiful basketball is all about.
Yeah, unselfishness, just wonderful stuff.
Welcome back. 4th quarter of action starting up in what has been a one-side show. Christy Wallace on the wing. Wheeler. Saxton. Hull defending. Pass to Taylor. To the paint. And that one's good from Atwell.
She always knows where her teammates are going to be, and she'll have that ball there waiting for them.
Christy Wallace on the wing.
And we've talked about this. One of the major challenges in the W is travel.
Well, you look at just the geography of the league. Most of the teams are on the West Coast or on the East Coast. So you end up with really long flights to play those interconference games.
And it just tells you that resting between games is so important. Diet, sleep, taking care of your body is crucial.
Her fingers have gotten a little slippery since halftime because, look, she went from no turnovers in the first half to quite a few here in the second.
60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth.
Wallace, she's covered by Allen. Dantas in the post.
Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2 points.
And right now, Dantas is in the zone. She's on fire and wants to rock every time down the floor.
Pass to Taylor. And the layup falls.
Nice pass. She got that ball right into her teammate's shooting pocket, and it yielded great results.
Now Sexton.
Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Solid work right there. There's a big difference in field goal percentages of these teams in the second half.
And that difference has come about because we've got one team moving sharply, getting good shots, and the other just a little bit stagnant. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, one coach did his job at halftime. The other, not so much.
Here's Mack.
Down low. Shot clock at 5.
Now here's Allen.
Hole defending. Kept alive. Tough break there. Shot after shot, but they couldn't get anything to fall. Pass to Wheeler.
Christy Wallace on the wing.
From past the arc. Yes, and a nice assist from Erica Wheeler.
Chalk up a few more points for them. This has been a one-sided game in just every area.
Absolutely. Their defense, their offense, it's all been outstanding.
It's just been a tremendous performance, Brian.
Now here's Allen.
Here's Taylor. Guarded by Wheeler. Taylor, that's good. Here's Wheeler. Pass to Hole. Dantas. Blanketed by the D. She fights to the rim for the layup.
Since halftime, she's finally coming around.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
Now here's Allen.
And she drops in the layup off glass. They're enjoying a commanding lead.
And you know the best part? It gives them an opportunity to give their starters a rest.
Yeah, they might not have to come back in.
Now here's Dantas.
And that one drops for her.
Well, it's really been a tale of two halves for her. A slow start, but this quarter, she's really taking over.
And so here's Phoenix. Here's Taylor. Pass to Herbert Harrigan. Shot from 12. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. Now here's Hull. She's guarded closely.
And here's Saxton.
Herbert Harrigan with the steal. Poked loose. It's stolen by Hull. Here's Dantas. Basket good.
She came out of the locker room smoking. Great second half for her so far.
Phoenix with the ball. Here's Taylor. Outside, Herbert Harrigan. Pass to Allen. Shot clock at 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Kiki Herbert Harrigan.
I can't believe it. They cannot forget about her like that. She's not going to miss that open look.
Right wing. Tipped away. Allen with the steal. Inside. Here's Atwell. The lead pass was put in just the right spot to produce the layup.
That pass led her so perfectly, she didn't even have to break stride.
Pass to Hole. Dantas. And that one good.
Yet another bucket inside for her. That's how she's earning her points today.
Here's Taylor. Allen, guarded by Wallace. Pass to Atwell. Here's Taylor. 6 to shoot. Saxton grabs the miss. And here's Indiana. Now Hull. Right side, Wheeler. Saxton. Count it.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, they're not taking any chances. This is how you close a game out.
Just look how happy their coach is.
Now here's Allen. Rebounded by the Fever. Now here's Hull. Pass to Saxton. Lets it go from 11. And they're the Fever with another bucket. Here's Taylor. Guarded by Wheeler. Here's Mack. Outside, Herbert Harrigan. Here's Taylor. And the miss. And so it's the Fever taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they never found.
The energy here was just tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. Once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm, the flow of the game. What a treat.
And that'll wrap it up